My Lord, I would also like to add my thanks to the noble prelate Lord Harris for securing this important debate. As a Sikh, I see religion, and here I include beliefs like humanism, as common sense guidance on how to meet the many challenges of trying to lead a responsible and meaningful life. Unfortunately, not everyone sees religion in this way. A year ago, in a debate in this chamber, religion was blamed as being out of step with society. To me, it's a bit like someone complaining that his sat-nav wasn't following his directions. This argument for banishing religions to the margins of society would carry some weight if secular society was seen to be leading to a fairer and more contented and peaceful society. But all the evidence is that it is not. Every day in this House we have oral questions on the lines of what is this government doing about this concern or that concern. The general response, couched in elegant terms, is we're doing a lot more than the previous lot when they were in power. This is not a criticism of government. The truth is that governments can at best only put legal boundaries around unacceptable behavior. They cannot make us better people. Let me give some examples. Monday was the International Day of Violence Against Women. The need to have a day to remind us that women often suffer violence and gross abuse itself shows that all is not well with society. It was also mentioned that 77 women in the UK had been killed in domestic violence. There was reference to a Troubled Families programme. Again, a reminder that all is not well. A report in the Times this week revealed a staggering 230,000 people in England and Wales are going through divorce each year, with a devastating effect on children. With 2/3 of children whose parents separate, often in acrimonious circumstances, driven to drugs and alcohol abuse, eating disorders with poor performance in schools. Our current obsession with me, my rights, and my happiness can have a devastating effect on those around us in this and other areas. Religious teachings are essentially preventative. Without such teachings, we tend to look to sticking plaster solutions. Today, the response to domestic violence is build more refuges. To drunken and loutish behaviour, let's extend licensing hours. A rising drugs problem, let's legalise the use of drugs. An increasing number of people in prisons, let's build more prisons. My lords, let's extend this line of thinking to the behaviour of little Junior, who greets visitors to the house by kicking them in the shins. Solution: issue said visitors with shin pads as they enter the front door. Whenever I'm asked to do a do-it-yourself assembly, I throw the instructions to one side and quickly put the pieces together with nuts and bolts to spare. I then stand back to admire my handiwork and then see it all skewed, ready to fall apart. Then and only then do I turn to the book of instructions. My lords, we're becoming a bit of a do-it-yourself society in the way we've thrown our religious instructions to one side in constructing remedies to social problems that ignore deeper issues of right, wrong, and responsibility, the essence of religious teachings. Jesus Christ taught that man cannot live by bread alone. That is, bread, the material side of life, is important, but there is much more to living than mere material existence. The Sikh Gurus taught that we must live in 3 dimensions at the same time: reflecting on and living core ethical teachings, earning by our own honest effort, and third, and most important, a responsibility to look to the needs of those around us and the well-being of wider society. My lords, this putting of others before self is something we need to constantly be reminded about, rather than living our current obsessions with me, my rights, and my happiness. Yes, religion is an important ethical sat-nav, but we must remember to keep it switched on and follow its sometimes demanding directions towards a fairer and more peaceful society.